Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're really well. This video has been highly requested since the start of the year and I don't know why it's taken me this long to film it. This is going to be my best and worst purchases of 2020. I must admit I made some really good purchases last year. Things that I'm going to keep in my wardrobe probably forever. So I'm going to show you a few of those. However, finding things that I don't think were great purchases I think it's going to be difficult because I'm very much in a headspace now where I don't take in anywhere near as many clothes as I used to. I don't buy as much. And I very much think through every single item. So even just thinking about like what was the worst thing I bought last year, it's most likely going to be rated off of the fact I couldn't use it very much, or maybe it wasn't appropriate for the situation we were in, something like that. I'm literally kicking off this video and I haven't even got the pieces with me yet. I'm literally now thinking like what was the best, what was the worst. I wanted it to be like off the cuff, what I immediately think of when I think of the best and the worst. So let's get into it. Let's start with this, shall we? I think that this deserves to go first. My vintage 1972, I think, Kelly. I got this from Farfetch from their pre-owned section. This is one of the most beautiful bags ever. It's the most beautiful colour. It's in Courchevel leather. It is in the gold hardware. It's a size 28. I also bought the Hermès twilly to wrap around the handle to keep it a bit nicer. This was such a find. Like the fact that this is vintage and it's older than me and it's like it's never been taken outside. So I was thrilled to bits when I found this on Farfetch. Without a doubt, the best purchase of the year. Like at this point in time, my dream right now is to own a Birkin. So I have a Kelly and then I'll have a Birkin. Well, I say my dream, I mean my dream is in what I'd like to buy next. It's obviously, it's just a bag at the end of the day. I realise that. There's a lot bigger things going on in the world right now than bags. However, if you were to ask me what would your next dream purchase be, it would be a Birkin. And I'd love a black 25 Birkin with rose gold hardware or gold. Would be gorgeous. But yeah, that is my dream. I know I was going on about the amber yellow for so long, and honestly if I was ever in an Hermès store and they offered me a yellow, I'd definitely buy it. I realised that in my collection I don't actually own that many black bags. I think I'd just love to own a black Birkin to go alongside my beautiful Kelly. I'm going to continue with bags and talk about this absolute beauty. This is the Dior saddle bag. I want to say the medium, or is this the small? It's definitely not the tiny one. This can fit in your phone, etc. It's such a great size. It is, let me just sort of show you. I absolutely adore this bag. So this was one of those purchases where I went into Dior with Alex, and because he wanted to buy some things, I wanted to look at some things, and saw this bag and absolutely fell in love with it. It's from the Around the World collection. It's got this really old school, like archaic map symbols on here, mixed in with the usual kind of like toile de jouy vibe style of Dior. I could have also had my name embroidered here, but I wanted to keep it just really simple and perfect the way it came. Unfortunately, I barely got to use this bag. I did manage to take this away with me when I went to Italy. It was our only trip last year in summer when lockdowns eased quite a bit. We went to Italy just for a few days on a press trip, and I did take this with me and I got a little bit of wear out of it, which was fab, but nowhere near as much as I'd like to. However, this bag is one I'll keep forever. I just absolutely adore it. So as much as I didn't get my wear out of it last year, going forward for the future, I'm not going to be able to take this off. Oh my gosh, okay, I've just realised this is a bit of a who's who of bags that I got last year, to be honest, because again, because we weren't going out, I did buy a number of bags, and I think that's because it was just cheering me up to buy these really special pieces. I think that's what it was, and I was thinking like for the future, you know, clothing, it might come in and out of season and then I can't wear it when the next season comes around, whereas a bag is in your collection forever. So I think that's kind of what happened, which is why I also bought this little beauty, this Chanel Coco, I think this is a Coco C top handle, maybe, I think. I'm not very good with the Chanel names, but this was such a find. I found this on Luxury Promise, followed them on Instagram. This came up. A few people actually sent it to me in DMs because they knew I was looking for the amber Hermès, and a few people were like, this has come up, I've seen this, you might love it, and I literally ended up messaging them back like, okay, I just bought it, you enabler. So yeah, so I bought this. It's gorgeous colour of yellow. It's not quite as amber as the Hermès that I wanted, almost a bit more sunshine, orangey yellow toned. This is a little bit brighter, but still absolutely just dreamy. I adore this bag. It's got this really beautiful gold hardware on here. It's like a champagne, no, it's not champagne gold. It's definitely a gold, but it's almost like a tarnished gold. It's got a really vintagey feel. I'm not too sure how old this bag is. I didn't really learn much about it before I bought it. I just straight away was obsessed with it. But yeah, it's one I'm gonna keep forever, without a doubt. I mean, how cute is this? Okay, final bag of last year has to be this one from Bulgari. Disclaimer, I didn't actually buy this bag. This was a wonderful gift from Bulgari. I announced my Bulgari ambassadorship back in June, I think, maybe June. We'd been talking about it for a long time, so I think it was June when I finally announced it. Anyway, they very kindly gifted me this bag. But either way, this was an absolute fave of last year. This colour is just so perfect. I said this before in my Bulgari collection video. If you've not seen that already, I've gone through all of my Bulgari bags in detail over on that video. I'll leave it up on the screen somewhere. But yeah, it's just that wonderful kind of sage green shade. It's also got loads of room in here, plus this beautiful pink interior. I wore it a number of times for different shoots and different walks. I used it as much as I possibly could in a year where we had to stay indoors. So yeah, without a doubt, one of my favourite things of 2020. Okay, let's do a worst purchase. Like I said, this is quite difficult as well. As you know, I've just cleaned out my entire closet. I should have done this earlier. I've just cleaned out my entire closet, haven't I? If you didn't see those 2 videos. It was a lot. Let's just say that. Anyway, I would probably say in here then a number of the kind of more high street options that I picked up. 1 or 2 things from H&M that in hindsight now I didn't like absolutely love. Just things that I kind of knew really weren't going to stand the test of time. They weren't things I was going to continue wearing season on season. They just weren't the most amazing quality. Didn't wash well at all, and therefore I've kind of given them to charity like last week. Other than that, something I have here still, because I haven't cleaned out this area yet, these shorts. These are from Shackaboose. I actually got these in 2 colours. I have green and I have pink. Now, it's not necessarily the shorts. I actually really liked wearing these in summer when it was absolutely boiling hot. Us here in the UK, we don't have air conditioning, so when it's hot and you can't get away from the heat. So indoors, you end up wearing bikinis or very, very small things like this. And it wasn't that I don't like the style, really, really like the style. They're super cute little kind of cycling bicycle shorts. Just the worst thing about them is that they show everything. Let's just say your entire body shape is shown in these shorts. You know what I mean. So I found myself not really wearing them because unless I was covering them with something else, I was forever worried that that people would see my crotch area. So in honesty, yeah, I wouldn't recommend these. If these come out again this year, I wouldn't recommend them. I was forever pulling them down. So yeah, I'd say that was one of my worst purchases. Going back onto best purchases, these guys. If any of you were going to say what about these shoes, leave me a little like bunny rabbit symbol down below, because I could not leave these out. These were my birthday shoes. I bought them to go with my birthday dress, that beautiful orange Satsuma orange dress, and I bought these to go alongside it. These have been one of the best purchases of the past 5 years, never mind the past year. I do not take these off if I'm doing a photo shoot, if I have friends coming over, whenever that happens. These are just what I reach for because they're the most beautiful like champagne nude satin. And then with this extra like crystal at the back, they're so wearable with absolutely any colour that you've got in your wardrobe. So, and also really comfortable. I buy a lot of Aquazoras. I am a massive, massive fan of Aquazora. I've got a lot of their shoes, but these are the ones I reach for continuously. If you're looking for a nude pair of shoes, guys, I can't recommend these enough. They're so pretty. Let's get into some clothing! Flipping hair, honestly, so difficult to wear black as a blonde when you've got molting hair. Who knew this was coming up, hey? This has always been my dream blazer. I've mentioned a number of times over the last few years how much I wanted a YSL blazer. And then I finally got the YSL blazer, guys, that I was going on and on about. Sorry, there is hair everywhere. Also, the dog has started to molt now, and because he's cream, again, black isn't the best. Never mind. The blazer though is just beyond. I can't tell you how happy I am I have this blazer. I've worn it so much as well. Like, this was one hell of a pricey blazer. However, I'd kind of got it in my mindset. I wanted a YSL blazer. I wanted the Saint Laurent jacket. And so when I tried this on, I wore this from my Edge of Ember shoot, my photo shoot for that, for the styling. And on that shoot, I was like, I have to buy this. This is the best blazer I've ever seen. So I did, and I'm thrilled to bits. It is a classic black wool perfect blazer that I will never ever give up. The shape is unbelievable. Can't tell you my love for this jacket. But if we're talking about jackets, ta-da! My Chanel boucle jacket. My Hermès was 72. I think this was the 1993. It's either 93 or 97. Chanel collection by Karl Lagerfeld. This again is a piece that I found on Farfetch pre-owned. For a Chanel blazer, obviously you'll pay thousands, like 4, 5, 6,000 plus, depending on what it's made of and what it's embellished with. But I found this for like £1,500 on Farfetch. Yeah, it's not cheap by any means, but it was a type of shape and colour, and I just love the fact it was a vintage as well, and it had all these beautiful features like these gorgeous buttons and things on here. I've added the brooch is mine, that's a new brooch I've added, but I really love it on here. The buttons were just too gorgeous and vintage vibes, and I completely fell in love with it. So in the end, to get a Chanel jacket for £1,500 I thought was actually somewhat quite reasonable. So I am just so happy that I have this. I adore it, I absolutely adore it. I wear it so much. It is just that gorgeous little piece when you're wearing something quite neutral or monochrome, and then you throw this on as that little pop of pastel sage mint green, and it's just dreamy. I love it. Let's throw in a worst purchase, shall we? These shoes, I don't think I've ever even shown you these shoes. A pair of Dior sandals. They're in this really beautiful like purpley burgundy shade. Flat sandal, and it just goes up your foot like this into an ankle strap. They're absolutely beautiful, and you know what, it's hard to throw these in because I really do love them. It's just the fact that I bought these at a really stupid time. I got them from Bicester Village, so they were about half price, I think, if I remember rightly. But yeah, I got them from the Dior at Bicester Village. Bicester Village, if you're from America, it's just like it's not an outlet mall. They don't like to call them they don't like to call themselves an outlet mall, but it's a bit like that vibe. You've got all of the stores that discount items because they're kind of like last season. But I love going to the Dior there. The amount of times I've been to that Dior and they've either got bags that I've bought or shoes that I've bought, and I'm like, damn it, that's annoying. But found these and they were half price, and I tried them on and my mum loved them and she's like, yeah, just get them. But this was in around like August or September or something. It was a time of year when I wasn't going to be going away. I had no reason to buy sandals, but I was just kind of swept up by the whole like, oh, these are a lot cheaper than normal. So yeah, for that reason, they weren't a well thought out purchase, that's for sure. However, I want to turn this around. I want to wear these a hell of a lot more this year because they're so nice, like the little D strap on the front, and oh, they're just lovely. So I just really need to get my wear out of these just to make them worthwhile. One of the best things I did to my closet last year, anything from Holland Cooper, to be honest. This was hard to choose, but I've gone for this coat because I'm just so in love with this. I think if you are looking for a special coat, you cannot go wrong with Holland Cooper. The quality of their products and the way they fit and the fabrics are unbelievable. But this was one of my absolute favourites of my coat collection. Got this style but in a number of different colours, but this is the one I think I love the absolute most. Hopefully you can see the colours on there, like the deep green, blue check with this lovely like cozy and a furry collar. It is so chic, it's so warm, luxurious, and they're just unbelievable. I was so proud last year to work with Holland Cooper and to have my own edit, and this was in the edit. Yeah, I'm super proud of that, but by far this is one of the best things, and I will own this forever and ever. Okay, one last worst purchase. Again, kind of similar to the sandals. This was something I bought at the most rubbish time I could have ever bought it. It's from a brand called Posse, and it's from Australia. And I'd been waiting all summer for these particular clay coloured linen shorts, and I've got the matching top. I'd waited all summer for these to come back in stock because they'd done the best Instagram ads, and I was hooked in, and I wanted everything that the models were wearing. Honestly, it was the most fantastic marketing I've ever seen, and I wanted to buy everything. Anyway, I think I ordered 2 or 3 pieces in the end, but they took so long to arrive from Australia. It cost me about £100 odd in customs on top of the price of them. And then by the time they were here, it was cold and I couldn't wear them anymore. So honestly, the worst time to purchase. I haven't even shown you these again because it was such bad timing. But like the sandals, I want to get my use out of these because they look so fantastic on the models. They're just such a beautiful like linen short. So yeah, I really want to get my use out of these. I just planned the timing so rubbish. And the last thing that I bought last year is this Balmain dress. I'm pretty sure it was last year that I bought this because, yeah, I'm almost certain it was last year. Again, with these sorts of dresses from Balmain, they can be quite pricey, but if you know you're going to wear it and wear it and wear it for loads of events, and I feel it makes it so much more worthwhile. Like straight away you can tell it's a Balmain blazer dress. It's really flattering. I love the statement shoulders on this and the plunging neckline. It's just really classic in the shape. I just feel like I'm worth £1 million in this. Yeah, it's just one of those staples that you'll keep forever in your wardrobe. So yeah, without a doubt, one of the best of last year. I'll leave it at that because those are things that really come to mind. They're the things that I get most excited about when I think of what I bought last year. But let me know down in the comments if there was something that you think I've missed. If there's something that you can remember me buying. I'm just like trying to squib my memory here, but like what else is there in my closets that I've forgotten about? I think those things to me right now stand out as like the cream of the crop. But yeah, let me know guys. Sometimes you guys know me better than I know myself. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're brand new and you've never seen me before, it would be amazing to have you as a subscriber. So make sure you click the little subscribe button down below before you head out of the video. But for all the rest of you, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're all doing okay right now. Fingers crossed that lockdown ends at the end of February. I can't wait just to get out and see my dad. Cannot actually wait. Yeah, sending you all so much love and I'll see you soon. Bye.